Hello, everyone. It's Debbie. I'm back. You're going to see me a couple times today. You know, we opened the doors to this brand new group yesterday. I don't even know if it was yesterday morning. It might not have even been 24 hours yet. But we opened the doors yesterday, and I think we have over 200 people that have joined us. And I don't even know who else is inviting. Maybe it's just me. So I'm waiting for our special guest, Deanna Leonard, to join us to find this thread. She's going to just be checking her phone, and if everything works well, it pops up, it shows me who's watching, and then I get to invite them on. So Deanna, I see you. I'm inviting you to the broadcast. You should be able to say yes. We're hoping. There you are. Oh my God.
That was a way close face-up shot.
Well, and when we're holding it, it's not always the easiest. So thank you so much, Deanna. Number one, I just watched your interview on the Los Angeles Tribune Marketing Forum. And so first and foremost, thank you for fitting me in when you had such a big speaking engagement just then. And then I want to congratulate you on the way you always show up, the way you always serve from such a heart-centered place, and boom, 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 mic drop moments the whole time. So
thank you. I really appreciate that. And I believe you were the one who connected me with Karen Hall in the first place.
I
So
did.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
And again, this is what it's all about, right? So Deanna, I want to interview you here inside this brand new, we haven't even been open 24 hours. We have over 200 people in this group. And it's us celebrating extraordinary women making extraordinary moves. Now, me and you know a lot of extraordinary women making extraordinary moves. But right now, Deanna, I want to celebrate you. This is your spotlight. So how can we really kick this off? And it is the kickoff. You are actually number one interview here. So I didn't even realize that till just right now, which is like divine. But I want to share with the women in here. Let me just share my heart a little bit so that you understand. I'm here celebrating and spotlighting extraordinary women, but there's also women in here that don't believe they're extraordinary. They don't feel like they deserve the stage or deserve a spotlight. And so how can we have this conversation about you stepping into your innate power and where you are today, and also what your desire for other women are? So first and foremost, I've talked enough. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Maybe people don't even know who you are yet.
Do you have feedback? Is everything okay, voice-wise?
Perfect for me.
Right. Awesome. Well, I love that. I don't know who did that, but that's awesome. I feel like there's feedback. I'm going to move a little bit away from my computer. Maybe that's causing it. So it's interesting that I'm first, so thank you for that. Second is interesting. I didn't realize you were going to get on here and celebrate me, because people that know me know I don't like that, because I'm not comfortable celebrating myself. I'm super comfortable celebrating everybody else. So you've just put me in a really not uncomfortable, but needed spot. I need to start getting more comfortable with celebrating the small wins and the big ones. So thank you for that. And as far as the women that are on here that don't think they deserve it, they do. Oh, of course. Go battery power. Let's go for a walk, shall we? And get a cord. So celebrating and stepping into your gifts is such an interesting journey, right? Let me plug in over here. It's going to probably get a little dark, but we'll be all right. Hang on one sec. Sorry about this, Debbie. This is not the kind of professional first interview you want to have on your new network.
You know what? It actually is. And I was just going to, I'll let you plug in while I say that. You guys, this is real life. This is what happens. Number one, Zoom didn't work for me. It wouldn't, no matter how much I actually tried, it wasn't working. And I'm like, you know what? Nothing's going to stop us. I know this is meant to be. And so let's do it. So I just grabbed her right after she finished her interview. So no wonder her phone is dead, and it's probably blowing up too.
Not only that, she grabbed me after the interview because she knew my hair would be done for the first time in a month and not in a hat, right? I'm just teasing. So, as far as stepping into your gifts and understanding that you have something of value to give to others and give to the world, it's a big deal. Because I really think that we as women are raised to serve, are raised to take a back seat, are raised to make sure everybody else has everything they need and put ourselves last. And that's why so many of us go through such trauma all through life. And then we get into our 40s and 50s and we're like, what the what? What is happening? And all of a sudden we realize, wait a minute. For me, as many people, as you know, as many people know, my story is I had a pretty horrible health scare at age 51. It was a wake-up call. It was a brick to the head, and it changed everything. And it has taken me a good 7-8 years to get healthy physically, mentally, emotionally after that trauma. And now that I'm there and now that I'm starting to step into it, I'm just uncovering more layers of crap that I have to get through. But it's because I have powerful friends, beautiful friends like Debbie and like many other women in my network that are helping me through that. It's because I have a beautiful family that is putting up with all the stuff that is changing, that is putting up with me leaving corporate and launching something I love. So,
Wow.
does that answer? I
Yeah,
probably
there has been a lot, and I've watched your journey. I've watched your struggles, and then I've watched your aha moments. I've watched you leaning into who you are, because there was an identity shift when you left your corporate career that was absolutely one of, most people would go like, there I am, I'm done, I reached the pivotal point. And then there was this shift of who am I really? Can you help people understand a little bit of what you do today to actually help others step into their own zone of genius?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, it's funny. I think I've been this person my whole life and just didn't realize it. It took time away from corporate for me to really step into it. I guess the first thing I would say is when you have an identity shift, when you're in the C-suite in corporate, are you sure I'm not getting the feedback?
Well, it just once in a while. And so can somebody that's watching, can they let us know if there's too much feedback?
Yeah. And all of a sudden it gets quiet.
Yeah. And I'm not seeing any comments. So if somebody is commenting,
okay,
we're not seeing it, but keep going.
Well, just stop me if that's the case. So I remember walking in my first Fortune company, and everyone was wearing khakis and blue button-down shirts. I didn't own either one, and very quickly had to assimilate. Climbed the ladder very quickly, found my identity, but wasn't really terribly happy. Was still brought the joy, still brought the things. And then when you leave corporate, all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, what value do I have that I can bring to others? That's the journey, right? That's the journey of self-discovery, of taking the time out. I call it taking a pause, and I will forever be in so many people's debt, yours included, Debbie, Carrie Maters, Carolina Migliaccios, for helping me take a pause. As a corporate executive, you don't take a pause, right? You just don't. You just go until you hit a wall, which is exactly what happened. So I took a pause. I took almost a year pause. I got super healthy. My pivotal point was riding my bicycle across Iowa, 517 miles with 30,000 other people. I hadn't ridden my bicycle 30 feet since I was 13, So, but it was a whole week to reflect on where I wanted to go next. And so I started experimenting, and some things worked and some things didn't. But I finally realized what I really love, and that is helping other women creatively with AI tools in the background, step into the life they love, launch the business they love. I'm a branding expert. I always have been. But more importantly, I'm someone who has empathy and gets it. And I know how these tools can help. So my latest venture, I am actually the AI brand strategist that will be coaching several women in launching their businesses really fast in Secret AI Society. So I'm super excited about that.
I am so excited for you too as well, and congratulations.
Thanks.
And this is just one of the many things that have happened in the last like 6 months.
Yeah.
So there was identity shift and a relearning who you were, and then there was this like, this is it, this feels amazing, how can I run with this? So can you take us through that journey a little bit?
Yeah, so the interesting turning point there actually just happened last month. And I think I was telling you this a little bit of this story. My son got married on October 5th it, to a wonderful, wonderful woman. In fact, I feel like I've gained a whole family. But what I realized during that wedding and during preparing for that wedding is that I had been carrying, as a mom, that worry about my child everywhere I went. Was he going to be okay? Was he going to end up in the streets? Was he going to be broke? Was he going to be an alcoholic? Was he going to be? Was he going to be? Was he going to be? Literally, constantly in this backpack of rocks I carried around. And at that wedding, I finally put that backpack down because he's fine. In fact, you don't even know this, Debbie. He just got promoted last week to his dream job as an athletic director. He's always wanted to be an athletic director. So I know he's going to be okay. And he's going to have life just like we all have life, ups, downs, and all around, and he's going to be okay. And once I put that backpack down, it was like a flood of energy and goodness started coming in. I literally kid you not, within days, I had 5 speaking engagements. I had this offer to do what I'm going to be doing now. I had another offer that I turned down. Like, I had so many things happening. I was blown away. I'm like, is it a new moon? Is God shining on me now more than he ever has? Like, what is happening? So, but I really believe there's a connection there, right? To allowing all those things to happen,
Yeah.
and not
And
struggle.
as you said, you've been doing the work. You really have been doing the work to get physically healthy and
Yeah.
emotionally healthy. And so this backpack was just one of that last steps. What it did for me, Deanna, when I heard your story there, is it was just like a visual of like, oh my goodness, they always tell us that we need to like let stuff go so we can have capacity to receive. But
But you
the
don't
backpack,
believe it. You don't always
it
believe
was,
it, right?
yeah. Well, you like, as women, we're like, yeah, I get it, but, right? And
Yes.
then when you shared it with the backpack coming off, you weren't just shedding internal stuff. You were shedding this weight that was on your shoulders, that how could you possibly add more to your plate? The plate you were trying to fill up, the plate that was your plate to fill finally. And so, what is something that you would, from that beautiful place of getting healthy yourself, share with the people listening here?
Well, first I would share that I am no expert and that this is an entire life of learning. I know I have another layer and another layer and another layer. I've been a lifelong learner, but it's always been about this, and now it's about what's going on inside me, around me, and how I can impact others positively. So I would share to find your tribe, whatever that, find them, seek them out, and ask for help. We as women, we suck at this. We suck at asking for help. No doubt whatsoever. We take everything on ourselves. Stop it. Stop it. The spouses in our life, men or women, whatever's going on out there, they want to help. They just need to be asked or told what to do. And we don't want to do that. We want them to read our minds. Stop it. Ask for help. So,
Wow. So this is all about being ordinary or extraordinary, ordinary, being extraordinary. And that is ordinary people recognizing they have extraordinary in them and claiming it. Now, it all started with a visibility challenge where I invited 10 co-creators in here with me to help people understand the power of visibility. And there we are coming over here because everybody's talking about that time in their life that they actually didn't either believe they were worthy to be visible,
oh,
or something was standing in their own way and they were like maybe just putting the spotlight on everybody else. What you talked about right there was ask for help. That actually is a part of stepping up and being visible, isn't it?
it really is. And I don't think people realize that we're playing in the background like that to make sure everyone else is satisfied. What we're doing is people pleasing. It's not healthy. People
And
pleasing is not healthy.
it isn't healthy, and I don't think we're actually doing our partners and our communities a service
Right?
doing that, because I know that you are a connector and a helper as well. And when somebody asks us what they can do to help and we don't actually allow them to help, it's like we've stopped that give and take, that receiving muscle from actually even working. So again, can you just talk a little bit about the ability to receive now that you've become more visible?
It's interesting. I was reflecting the other day about that. I started thinking about all the mentors and coaches and doctors and family that have been so pivotal in my life, and how when they got too close, I shut it down. And I never made that connection until just recently, that I've done that over and over and over again in my life. And what helped me understand that was the latest course I'm taking, which is a freebie, and it's all over book, which is positive intelligence. My friend Sarah Chevalier, you know Sarah, Debbie,
Yeah.
encouraged me to take it, and I'm so glad I did, because it's teaching me about how our brain works and how we have all these saboteurs up here that are constantly in play, trying to protect us when actually it's hurting us. So.
My mind is blown right now because I just had a conversation with Deb Ruth, who you know from our community, and Minx, who are both certified in positive intelligence and have been for a long time, and they've been teaching this for like upwards to 30 years. And here we are going full circle back as we're learning more about ourselves, as we're rediscovering who we are, and then stepping into that.
Yeah. I've never been a person to blame everybody else for anything that went wrong with me. I always took responsibility, but I also never let anybody get close enough to know what was going on. That's a big aha. And I'm only I think I'm about halfway through the program now. And I love it. I'm learning so much about how the mind works. And it's actually helping me from a branding and coaching perspective, because it's allowing me to see people differently. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And see yourself differently, which is all about this deeper relationship that we're being guided into right now. I am very spiritual, and I want to say that God is shining a light on all of us right now so that we can see ourselves in a different light. And when we do that, we actually see the people around us. There's aha moments of like, wow, I did not see it that way. And so I would love for you to be able to share where people can find you, first of all, and then I have another question for you.
Sure. Well, if you go to UNC at all, I'm going to 3 different talks there, January and February. Would love to see you. Don't tell my Duke is where I graduated. I'm going to be really upset that I'm UNC, but they'll get over it. But you can find me online on LinkedIn under my name, Deanna Leonard. You can also find me on Facebook, same thing, under my name. I'm on Instagram, but I don't play a lot there. One of the things I coach on is you do not have to be on every channel all the time. But my primary channel is LinkedIn. I grew up in corporate. My contacts are. So come on over. If you are an AI creator, I would love daily good, of course. I'm celebrating people that are bringing good to life, in particular women.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So Deanna, what's that big dream as an extraordinary woman making extraordinary moves? Where do you want to be in a year from today?
Well, physically, we would like to be in Bella Vista, Arkansas. So if anybody's in Bella Vista, Arkansas, that is the next place we're going to live, because we are really excited about bicycling in our 60s and staying healthy and fit, being around a community. No one would ever guess that Bella Vista is an international community. Don't tell anyone. Houses are going up way too fast there. But it's right near Walmart and Tyson's headquarters. So there are a lot of people from all over the world that are relocating there. In the foothills, and it's hundreds of miles of trails. So physically, that is our plan. We'll be putting our house back on the market here probably in the next month or so. So that's one. Emotionally, spiritually, work, where I'd like to be really is an extension of where I'm going now. This whole creative AI brand coaching and helping, I want to help thousands of women bring their dreams to life. And I know it's happening because they actually didn't think I was going to end up with as many people this first go around, because I just made the offer and they're pouring in. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow. Thank you for living out your life's purpose and your dreams so that we can be a part of that ripple effect, because wowzers, we're totally unstoppable with this mindset.
I forgot one more thing. I want to be a great Like, I want to experience your experience, Debbie. Like, I'm ready. Let's go, baby.
And we can all have those intentions too. I'm just not sure we get to manifest from
No,
that level,
unfortunately,
but we can have the intention. Deanna, it's been so fun having you here with us today and just really kickstarting this whole extraordinary women doing extraordinary things off. Thank you for being such a beautiful cheerleader and collaborator with me. I just adore you.
Right back at you, and thank you for all you're doing. You are making such a powerful impact.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone.